Quasimodo doesn't end up with Esmeralda in the end because one of the major themes of Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame is this question.
Who is the monster and who is the man?
And to answer this question, they show us how each of these characters view themselves in relation to their interest in Esmeralda, as well as how they react to her not being interested in either of them. Nothing emphasizes this more than their parallel songs of Heaven's Light and Hellfire. At this point, both of these characters have internalized their exterior. Quasimodo believes he is a monster,
I am a monster, you know.
while Judge Frollo believes he is a righteous man.
You know I am a righteous man.
But they're not actually viewing each other as their dichotomous counterpart, they're viewing Esmeralda that way. To Quasimodo, Esmeralda, the first person to ever show him kindness, is the opposite of the monster that he is. She's this angelic being who makes him feel like he's in the light of heaven that he thought only other people deserved to feel.
But suddenly an angel has smiled at me.
Frollo, on the other hand, views her as a temptress, a devil that could bring him down to hell with her.
Don't let her fire sear my flesh and bone.
Frollo believes she's pulling him down to become a monster, while Quasimodo feels he's being pulled up to become a man. And this is why it's important that Quasimodo didn't end up with her. Because this is just what they feel is happening, but the reality is Quasimodo was already the man in the dichotomy, while Frollo was already the monster. We see this in how Frollo responds to her rejection by trying to burn her at the stake. Whereas when Quasimodo realizes that she has feelings for Phoebus instead of him, he is upset at first, but at no point does he make her feel bad about it or treat her as any less of a friend. In fact, he doesn't even hesitate to protect Phoebus when she asks him to, and despite his initial jealousy, he even goes on to develop his own independent friendship with him, to the point where Phoebus is actually the one who rescues Quasimodo in the end.
Quasimodo! Quasi!
This scene is also really important because despite Frollo feeling that giving into his lust for Esmeralda would have led to his damnation, it's actually only as he raises his sword to her that the cathedral itself seems to kill him. It wasn't an act of lust that made him a monster. We see here that it's this behavior that leads to his doom. Meanwhile, Quasimodo felt that being with Esmeralda would have led to some sort of salvation from his monstrous life, but in the end, Phoebus is the one to actually save him. If he had turned on Phoebus earlier or acted like a monster towards him, there would have been no one there to save him here. Just moments ago, Frollo fell to his doom from the same height as Quasimodo with no one there to save him. But because Quasimodo had these friendships that went beyond just idolizing Esmeralda, because he was a good person, he was saved. So in the end, Clopin's question got answered by Frollo's inability to accept Esmeralda's rejection, while Quasimodo fully embraces her relationship with Phoebus, having developed a friendship with both of them. It's one of the many ways this film creates a parallel between these two characters to drive home its central theme. If he had ended up with Esmeralda, then it really might have felt like he was being blessed by an angel. Instead, his friendship with each of these characters treating him like a real person are what proved to him that that's exactly what he is.